Hello. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you are new. You are very, very welcome. Welcome to the fun. So, a little bit of a different. Normally I film like a series of colouring chats until we finish the page, but it's May, which means it is hashtag Mermay. Any excuse to get a page done in this. Just got the new one, but going to do another in this and thought let's just do it together. Now I've just been trying some new distress ink. It's not new, but it's new to me, but there's something really, really wrong with it and I don't know what. I'm going to try and show you and see if you can look how wet it is. So I've just put that on my page and had an absolute disaster. So we're going to try, it's all over me. I need to really contact them and let them know that I'm not happy with that. But I'm going to have to try and rescue this page now somehow. So I have just been messing around with some ink off camera, to try and fix it. So if you can see up here, it kind of made the paper pill and it wasn't drying. It was just going on as a thick, wet, inky mess. So I've gone for this green. This is Evergreen Bough. And I'm going to try and cover this bit with some pine needles, I think. Now, this is probably going to be a double page spread, so I'm not too fussed about getting it on the other page. I am just going to try and just crack that spine a little bit more. So we're going to try and fix this. So, gone from one really wet ink to one really, I wasn't using that brush, that's why I was using this one. One really dry, wet ink to one really dry ink. So I'm going to put this colour down and then I'm going to try somehow to hide that absolutely hideous blue, basically stain that it has made on the page. And I'm thinking the only way to do it is to go even darker. So it could be that, I'm hoping that pine covers it. And if it doesn't, we'll have to go even darker than that. So I'm using my favourite blending brushes, super, super soft. They just move that ink really well. I'm gutted about that. I am going to contact them though, because I do really want that colour, but I should have done it when I got my delivery, really, because I knew that there was something wrong with it. I ordered those and some acrylic paints, and there was green ink everywhere, so should have known. But I've kind of made a mess this page because I've tried different colours. So I'm just going to have to do a little bit of layering and try and hide that. I think I've used like a really green one. I don't know what it is. So I'm just going to try and hide it. Go for this murky. I mean, she's a mermaid. She's in the She's in the depths of the sea. Oh, this is a perfect opportunity to use that Calero paint I'm dying to use. We will flick some of this bad boy all over that. Plus it's called Caribbean. So I'm not too fussed if it goes on her tail. I'll colour over it. I think I'm going to go Prismas on this. Don't know if I've used Prismas in this book yet. So this is my Mermaid video. I'm sure every time I just come up to film, my nose starts to run. Let's go in again. I think I'm gonna, I've not done this in this book yet, but I'm thinking I'm gonna base her in some kind of water medium. And then pencil over the top. Loving that at the minute. So then I was thinking to use this pine needles to really try and just hide that it's a stain. It's the only way to describe it. It's not gone through though, but it was really wet. You could see it wet on the paper. Like, this ink doesn't look wet. It goes on quite nice, but it was literally shiny. I'm being super lazy and using the same brush. So I think this is going to be quite green, but oh wow, it was super green. That's not very nice. It's covered it though. Right, we're just gonna have to go for it. I mean, it works well with that other green that I've just had. But I'm probably going to, oh, there's my lid. Probably going to be left with that stain there because I bet that paper's wet. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So most this bottom bit, as you can see, is going on the backing paper, but that's because I just want it along the edge here. She's quite close to the bottom of the page. I like this colour. And it is going on the next page, but I'm not particularly bothered because I'm going to do this. I'll treat this as a double page and do that the same. So I just want to put some of that along there. Now what I did want to do is try and add, I had this cracked pistachio that's really nice and I wanted to just add it just around it to make that a little bit greener because it'll tie into this. I've lost my lid. It's there. I'm just going to grab a brush, but I think I've only got the ones I'm not that fussed on. I'll just have to go with it because I think my other brushes are downstairs. But I do just want to make it a little bit greener. In parts. Ink moves quite well on this page though. I think it's the paper. I do get a good smooth itchy eye. think we're going to end up, we're just going to have to deal with that black stain up there. Not really bothered. Right. I did want to do a little bit of I've not got a paintbrush. Oh, I've got a paintbrush. And I have got a little bit of water. Should react quite nice with this colour. I've just got my minging cloth. I can see it reacting already, so I'm just going to do that. Try not to smudge them, but soak it up. And then, there we go. And then obviously when I'm not going to do it until the end, but because I can't colour anything if I do it now, but I'll show you the colour because it does match quite nice. Oop, look at that. It should look lush. So, I have to say, not my best background, but I'm going to blame the ink and I will be absolutely complaining about that. Right. So, I'm actually tempted to maybe give her green skin. Going a bit crazy on this one. I'm going to go like out there, I think. I'm going to be brave. So I'm going to base her in Neo Colour Jade Green. Only very lightly. We'll add some shade. We'll shade her face. Might ink tint her hair. We'll just go creative and fun on this page now after that disaster. A bit worried she's going to look like a zombie. Should be alright. Might just get her all based today and then we can pencil shade. Is that it? That's it for the skin. So I'll grab my little minging cloth. Yeah, it's really weird, that ink. I don't know what was going on, but never mind. I hope we're all right, everyone, by the way. We'll start over here. It's Sunday night. This will probably go live Monday. It's very watery. Yeah, has everyone had a good weekend? I've had a nice chilled one, to be honest. Not really done much. Walked to the shops before, did the food shop this morning, did a workout. Nothing too exciting. Just realised she fully blends into the background. She fully blends into the background. She's actually the same colour as the background. I've made her invisible. It'll be fine. I think we'll really contrast her hair and her tail. I love these pages though, because you can be a bit wacky and a bit wild, and they're pure fantasy, aren't they? And I think the style kind of lends itself to going a bit out there. And to be fair, I don't do that as often as I probably should. I kind of I think definitely when it comes to like people and portraits and things, I kind of do skin is skin colour, hair is hair colour. But like my last couple of pages, like I've been doing in the Kirby Mythic World, I have kind of gone a bit wild. So my Knockham page, he was an ochre colour, and I think I really do need to kind of get myself out there. I'm actually thinking of maybe giving her, I'm thinking of her and her fin maybe this golden yellow. I've never used it before. Now I don't know what's going to happen, but we can pencil over so it's fine. I don't know what'll happen to the ink, you see. We know where it's gone on ahead, but I'm not fussed. This is definitely just a free kind of, what's the word? Let's see what does happen, because I'm going to have to know, because it's going to happen all over the place. This is kind of a free kind of, I want to say, organic page, as in it's gonna, oh, this is a lovely yellow, absolutely gorgeous. As in, I don't know what I'm doing and we're just gonna wing it, so it's going to come to life with you lot watching, because so that ink is moving around a little bit. It's letting me shade it into her hair a bit. Yeah, organic fluid, no idea. I need more of a drink. Her fin's going to be this colour as well, I think. And maybe these little things. I don't know what they're called, no clue. I think we'll probably add some Posca in her hair so that we can extend it out into that. Loving my nail twos at the minute. Not sure if that was her hair there, but oh, never mind. Whacking the colour down on this. Do you think that's hair or background? I'm going hair. Oh, this one then. We'll give her luscious yep. Yeah, I'm going for it. I've only got one page doing this. So I thought before we start on the new one, which is definitely going to happen, I thought we'd do something in this. Plus I always miss out on like, you know, I don't know, is it a hashtag Mermay? But I always miss out on things like that because I just never get time to sit down and do them, so thought I'd take my chance whilst Formula 1 is on. And I did want to sit down and film today, but we did end up going out for a bit, so I didn't. So I knew I was going to do some tonight. Do I want to do a tail that colour? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it because I feel like she'll blend into one. Big yellow mess. So this is literally just a base to get some colour down. One, to make it quicker. And two, I'm just really enjoying that at the minute. Like really enjoying combined in mediums. I'm going to actually work logically on this page instead of just going absolutely wild in random areas, which I tend to do quite often, and then I end up smudging it and it goes absolutely everywhere. So I'm going to work across the page. I am right-handed, so I feel like this, and I never did this actually when I first started, but I do feel like basing your pages, whether that's in alcohol marker, obviously you can't in a double-sided book, but you could use a water-based marker. I haven't done that yet. I might do because I've got absolutely tons downstairs from my calligraphy days. So I've got some Eco Line and some Tombow. So they would be really good for using as a water colour. I need to do that, but I feel like it's a really good way if you are sort of just beginning your colouring journey and you may be a little bit intimidated. These pages intimidated me, to be honest. I'll be honest, because they're absolutely beautiful and I didn't think I'd be able to do them any justice. But also there's quite a lot of space to cover. So like, even though this hair's got lots of, I don't know why I just said it like hair has got lots of line art in it, it's still very sparse. Shall I zoom us in a little? So I feel like basing in a watercolour pencil maybe, or Inktense is always a good one. I don't think I've ever actually done it with Neocolour until last weekend when I did that live with Debbie. But I've done it when I did watercolour pencil. I've started an Eerie page, which I did in my stream on Saturday. Whoever joined, if you're watching, thanks very much, loved it. It was a brilliant 2-hour stream. The time absolutely flew by. So I started an Eerie page, got absolutely tons done, and did some more last night while I was, well, I wasn't even watching telly, the Formula 1 was on. But yeah, I did that. So just feel like it's a good way. So if you're like, oh, I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle it, and you have got water mediums, just put some colour down. You can come over with a pencil, add some shading, and you'll be loving it in no time. So if anyone is wondering what that colour was, it was Neocolour 2, and it was golden yellow. Her skin was jade. It's definitely one of my favourite colours. It just happens to be exactly the same colour as the background. But I suppose if she was in water, I mean, she would be the colour of the water, so I'm going with it. Gorgeous, gorgeous colour. Right. Shall we stick with the Neos? I've not got a full set, so we'll just see what we can do with them. Grab some of a drink. I've just had my tea, so I'm like, got a little bit of a thirst on. Just had an idea. I'm just going to test it, but this colour's just caught my eye and it's beautiful, and I think it will work quite nice. It's periwinkle blue. Just going to see what I've got in my little 15 set here. Should we do it? Should we just go periwinkle blue? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's just go for it. So this is for a tail, I'm thinking. Now I bought these were like, so I got the 15 set and then I've just topped up slowly. I'm going to get some more, I think, because I am really, really enjoying them. I haven't used them. And I genuinely think it's just because I forget about them. But again, I also kind of think of them as a background medium, and I probably shouldn't, because I'm really enjoying them as a base. Now, I think this is going to be quite pale. I've just swatched them on some absolutely rubbish paper next to me. And it's very light, so we'll see. I think I'm going to do a fin. Yeah, a fin. Is that what this is called? The same colour as this thing, whatever it is, that goes along the back. And I might do it quite. This could be hideous when it's done. I am not even thinking about these colours. I'm just whacking stuff down without a care in the world. That is not me. I am very sort of meticulous in my planning. Like, I'll look for colour palettes, I'll swatch, I'll know exactly what I'm doing. This is like a, let's just do it. It's kind of like when I did that random marker challenge, how much fun I had doing that Mystic Art Mirrors page. And I feel like I'm going to have fun with this one. So let's activate this now and see. Lovely colour. Absolutely a gorgeous colour. I keep looking at it, I'm really conscious. I want to get a fully based in this video so that the next one we can colour and she'll be fully dried. I'm probably not going to get onto that tonight. I'm going to be totally honest, I want to go and do a face mask and have a little bit of a pamper. Ooh, squeeze that maybe a little bit too much, bit juicy. It looks quite nice actually against that background, doesn't it? This might not be as hideous as I was just panicking about. These are an easy medium, guys. I've had a couple of conversations over the weekend with people who have been a bit intimidated by them or a little bit afraid to use them. They activate and blend absolutely beautifully, so they're definitely not something you should be scared of. They're not as they don't have that learning curve that like an ink tent would have. If you've used ink tents, you'll know what I mean. They're a bit, I absolutely love them. They are one of my all-time favourite pencils, mediums, and I use them as often as actually possible. But they do have a bit of a learning curve. But these, whack it down, activate it, job's a good one. Like you do get a little bit of like almost brush marks where the colour is thicker, but we're penciling over, so it doesn't really matter. Paper actually handles water well. Now, this ink may have gone through. No, not at all. Sometimes when you've put a lot of layers on and you wet it, the ink can kind of bleed through a little, but it's not done that at all on that page. So I'm absolutely buzzing about that. Yeah, I think we will use Prismacolors. Someone asked me to use Prismacolors, I think. Maybe I just want to use Prismacolors. It's just something really relaxing about this. Because it's going to be underneath. Going to be underneath your pencil, so you don't really need to worry about it. That's a bit watery. Do find if you keep, you know, when you're laying it down, if you try and lay it down smooth and not press too hard, you shouldn't be left with any like crayon marks. I did have that when I first started using them. Like you could really see where I put the crayon down. So sometimes I kind of like scrumble them, you know, where you go around insert like scribbling, but tight. Scumble, I'm sure that's what it's called. I learnt that when I was teaching oil pastel in school. But then you can just go back over and like I'll show you in a minute what I do to like just tidy it up a bit. So I like tidy this bit up here and maybe this bit, but I just take pigment off the pastel or the crayon and go over bits. It works. So they are quite a forgiving medium, and I am all about that. So actually she's not looking bad. I just need to think of a colour now. I haven't really got a pale one, but I do want to try and base it all in ink tents just to see. I'm pretty sure I've got quite a bright pink now. What was this? Oh, I am just kind of swatching next to me on a really rubbish piece of paper, but it'll do its job for now. Ah, that's quite nice. Right, I think I've got a colour for her. So we're going to use this. It is violet. So this is the Neocolor 2 Violet. And I'm going to use it for her little spike thing that I'm probably going to have to take. Might be able to do it. I'm probably going to use gel pen on these like spiny bits. I'm sure they have an actual name, but I don't know. And I'm going to do these the same colour, because then we'll be able to kind of blend it up her arm a little bit. She's got a little bit there. So I'm just trying to lay down like a flat colour. I'm not like, I don't really want to see, so for example, I'm not putting them on like that, because you're going to end up with like lines of colour when you activate it. So I'm trying to get a flat layer of colour down. Don't know how well it's going to show up here, but I think I've actually got a purple Calero paint which I could use on this spine and into a fin. That might look absolutely lovely actually. We might go that. I was going to go gel pen, but we might just go full mixed media. You probably will have gel pen as well. See, I'm thinking like you could carry on that Calero paint then in all these. Yeah, I'm going for it. Let me just check, because I'm saying that. Oh, I have. This is a beautiful colour. I need a bigger palette actually, because I've got a few of these now. I've got 2 small palettes like that, then a loose one, but I do want to get some more because they are absolutely gorgeous. And Colour with K had an absolutely beautiful colour the other day. I think it was cinnamon. And you know when you, oh, can you see that where the paper's been underneath? I hate that. Ooh, that was a mess. So I'm going to be honest, I don't really feel the need to be neat. The fact that the background actually has gone on this kind of adds a translucency to her fin, which I'm actually feeling. So, and you know, like I've just said, I'm going to use the Calero on a tail. I could use it in a hair. What about a gold in a hair maybe? Just move that, so that's going to annoy the life out of me. I think this is quite, she's looking a hot mess, guys. She's looking a hot mess. But I have faith that she's going to be right. So, to activate this and bring it up to her arm. There you go, so it just gives a little bit of purple sort of cast to her skin. I'm going to take my time with this bit. So this is a pinker purple than her periwinkle mermaid tail. Feel like I'm having like a lot of fun with this actually. Because it is completely unplanned. Now, I love this brush and I use it all the time, but it's afraid and not the neatest for staying in the lines. So, I'll just have to be careful. But I think you can see, can't you, that there is a difference. There's a definite difference in colour, and I think when we add some pencil and then metallic these spikes, spines, spindles, whatever they are, she should look quite cool. I keep going really quiet. Sorry guys, it's because I'm really concentrating and actually quite enjoying this page. I'm sorry. So we'll get back to the Rita page, don't worry about it, it's not forgotten. That will be our official colour and chat video for this month. This will just be a separate Mermay video series, whatever you want to call it. You never know, I might get two in. Right. So I'm just going to pull that down into a tail just so it blends a bit. These actually work really well, really well in this book. Like, they are activating and dissolving beautifully. So I'm going to work in sections along this tail, just to try and keep it as neat as possible. Because I think if you start trying to activate everything in kind of random orders, you're going to end up with brush marks and like quite uneven colours. So it's quite dark, so just pull that down a bit. But you see what I mean, you can go back over these. It's not like ink tents. It's not going to dry and be permanent. You can move it around. I think I forgot to blink for a minute then. So again, I'm going to work here. I'm kind of following the line art and sectioning it up. It seems less to do. It's quite a big part of the page, and sometimes that's a bit intimidating. And kind of try and add a bit of shading as well. So I'm trying to work down here. We'll come down here a minute. Now, I mean, I'm just going to get this water brush a bit wetter. It just is easier. It's going to be quite wet now. It's easier to just do bigger spaces when it's quite wet, but you've got to, that's going to leave a line. So now I am just going to work around the tail quick. I probably should have used a bigger brush, but I do absolutely love this. It's like my my old faithful. It should dry all right. But I do absolutely adore these books, and I've just got Cute and Creepy, which was a gift. So I now have them all. Absolutely buzzing about that. Got all of Camille's colouring books now. Even that bit up so it is a bit here. It's probably dried a bit thicker, so I'm just going to kind of pull that down. But then what I was saying is, was it this one? Violet, yeah. Take some colour off the crayon. So where did I just see was a bit pale? So like down here, for example, you can paint it on and spread it out. So that you can do that to like even up any paler patches that you've got, or anywhere you think, oh, that's a bit ugly there. And just put it, literally just put it on random, because you don't want like brush strokes. So like up there I can see there's quite a pale bit here. But just by adding it on, it just covers it. So we've got octopus tails, tentacles and a head, and we've got a top. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of thinking pink. Or violet. Did we go violet? I've just missed a bit. I mean, it's absolutely tiny. It's probably not gonna make a difference, but I just seen that bit there and it would have drove me mad. Right. We've got a top to do and we've got her tentacles to do. I'm kind of tempted to maybe go gold on a head and then maybe keep the top the same colour as this fin. And then we're keeping the colour palette quite simple. I'm going to go for that. I have just spotted some more hair though, so I'm going to just put that down, because that will also drive me mad. I'm just going to activate that. So this page is quite wet and it's holding up quite well, so you know, don't be afraid to get some water on it. Just no skin. A pencil over that's fine. Right, I'm going to go same colour as the top, just for a simple palette, I think. Oh, I feel it's gone down a bit weird. Is that the colour I've just used? Yeah, must be. Is it? Let me just activate it. Yeah. I panicked then, because the actual pastel lay itself down differently. Weird. Weird, weird, weird. But it's fine. Somehow get in there. I'm kind of enjoying the, this is going to sound ridiculous because I am actually colouring it in, but like the surprise of the page, as in like, how is it going to come together? Because I mean, at the minute, it's a bit of a mess, but I think once we add some pencil and we add some shading, she will be fine. I can hear the birds outside and I'm gutted I've not opened the window now. I mean, it might have drove you lot mad, but I love the sound of the birds at this time of night when it's just going dark. I've just seen some more skin. Terrible job at this. So actually we could add some shadow. I know you can't see that, but it'll help me, I think, when I am colouring where to go. Not going to do too much. I'm literally just taking pigment onto the brush and just popping some down. There's just her little crown to do, and I've got an ochre here, which should be lovely, and then I can use some pencil over the top, I think. because this is obviously a crown. And I actually think what I might do is do this paint splatter now as well, and then that will dry, and then anything that does go on the illustration I can probably colour over, he says, and then get that absolute paint wild and it's everywhere. So she's got gold octopus tentacle crown. Could use some gel pen as well on those little sucker bits. Almost make them like jewels. So that's very, very pale, but it'll be alright when we colour it. Right, the final thing then. I can probably cover most of her actually. I've got a pipette somewhere. On this absolutely horrendously messy desk. Sitting in my cauldron there. Nope. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's do this. I have got a pipette somewhere, just God knows where. Oop. Oop. Probably far too much water, so we'll just let that activate a minute whilst I... Oh my goodness. Put the brush on it. Whilst I quickly get some kind of order on this absolute disgusting mess of a desk. It's horrendous. You think I jest? I do not. Just spent so much time up here though, having like so much fun. I'm like, yeah, I'm not tidying it up today because I'm just going to make a mess again. Then, will that cover her? This is an idea, isn't it? Not too fussed if it goes on it, you see. Right, let's do this. Not really bothered about her. And we can fold that bit to there. Pull that across. Just fold that up. Pull that down. Stay. Ingenious. Right, zoom us out a little bit. I'm thinking this paint. Hang on a minute. Let me just use a water brush. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm excited about this. I do want it quite thick because I want that a metallic. Let's have a little look. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's gorgeous. That's making the tiniest splats in the world. So that's utterly pointless. Right, let's use the other brush. It's a bit... doesn't really fit. Right. Oh. Oh, guys. I forgot to take the bloody mat off. everywhere, as per. At least it's not white ink this time. Splattered white ink, didn't I? Everywhere. Right, take that off. Whip that off. There we go. She is sufficiently splattered, and none of it, apart from here. Oh, here's an idea. Will this work or will it not? It's probably dry. It's already dry. We'll cover over it. It's got a little bit on a tail, but that's about it really. A little bit on a head, but can you see that? Beautiful. It's just like another layer to the background. I love it. I'm going to leave it there. Part one of our Mermay exploration into just being random and putting colours down willy-nilly and seeing what happens. Quite fun. Enjoyed myself. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you will be taking part in Mermay. What are you colouring? Let me know if you ever just go a little bit crazy and just not plan and just whack some colour down, because that was quite fun. I enjoyed it. I need to wash all my brushes. I need to tie this horrendous desk. Please, please, please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed that. It was quite fun. We will be back to tackle her with some pencils and hopefully make her look beautiful. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Leave us a thumbs up, drop us a comment, I'll get back to you. And I shall say adios for now. Bye, guys.